It says we're live. Gentlemen, take it
All
away.
right. Good afternoon or good evening. I'm sorry, it's good evening here. I messed up the intro.
What intro? Two of us are doing new headsets this evening. I was going to get these babies in tomorrow, but they came early. What are you rocking?
Me?
Yeah.
These are just wireless. They're cheap, but they seem to be doing the job. So
I guess that works. I got a nice deal on these things too through eBay.
very good.
Yeah.
All right, so
we won't tell our competitor.
ouch. I'm killing fantasy league anyway. That's another story. All right, good evening, folks. This is episode number 2. Finally.
Couple health scares, and God bless Connor. Thank God he's still living. He went to confession, and now he's alive.
Oh,
Live.
this is my show anyway. Okay, but tonight tonight's format is gonna be slightly different from our normal format. Last is Us 2 with Fred Myron. So we're gonna start the show with Connor and me, and then Fred's gonna take over hosting duties. Fred. Did I say Connor or Fred? No, I said Fred. Fred's taking over hosting duties. And after we get to start, probably like about 15, 20 minutes, maybe 30. I don't know when. Connor's like, what the heck's going on here? I thought we said 30 minutes, but I'm the host of the show. I can do what I want.
Yep. I'm just going with the flow here.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, that's right. Devil's Lately. Okay, that's another Strongpreneur Day here. So yeah, wow. Yeah, so before we start the we're going to talk Bills Patriots game, all the shenanigans, all the good stuff that Bills fans love and the Patriot fans hate. You get out of here.
PG version.
Yeah, PG version. So but on a serious note, last night the NFL War watched true legend of the game, John Madden, 85 who passed away at 85 years old. Very legend as a coach in the 70s, and most of it for his broadcast work 80s and 90s. Also the Madden game, which is well popular even today. I mean, true icon. I mean, true icon in the game, a well likable guy. And such an iconic brand. I mean, a brand and the person. So we just want to send our thoughts and prayers to the Madden family.
Yeah, absolutely. I think maybe the younger generation knows him through the video games. But I think he stopped broadcasting in the early 2000s. But a lot of people know him for different reasons. But thoughts with him and his family.
Yeah, he was. I was listening to Colin Cowherd's little segment on his radio show. Is like he was a true pioneer. He was well ahead of his time. He had the Raiders in the 70s. That's what. But he like the perfect ideal team of that time. Like Hall of Famers. Big, but such a smart man. I mean, to be from coach behind NFL to be a broadcaster, and then becoming a businessman, and then doing the Mad Series start back in 93, 94. I mean, words cannot describe. That's takes one heck of a man to do what he has done throughout his career. And again, 4 decades, in the NFL, it's unheard of. I mean, a well-liked guy. And again, thoughts and prayers go out to his family again. So that's just a brief moment on that. But switching gears to the Bills Patriots, what a game. This was probably, I think, one of the Bills' best forms all season. And it came at a critical time, with the AFC East number 1 first place up for grabs. I mean, let's talk about Josh Allen first. I mean, 30, 314 yards game, but the final. Let's talk about that final drive of the series where 4th and 1, 4th and 1 converts, 3rd and 11 to shell pass, and then the touchdown to Knox. I mean, that was it's probably the most complete drive I've seen this Bills team also that last series. I mean, and so and throughout the game they did not punt one time, which is for going into Foxborough, a hostile environment. If you want to, I'm saying you go ahead if you want to add anything with that.
No, yeah, you're just saying the no punting. I mean, I think McDermott came out with the aggressive mindset, and that's how you have to be in these big games. And you could see after we, went up early in the game with the lead, Belichick started going for it on fourth downs because they had to match our aggressiveness. And
that's something that fortunately, yeah. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, yeah, just fortunately we were able to come out on top. It was still a close game, even though we had the lead. I believe the whole game, but maybe in certain points our defense could have did some more, played it more effectively. But our offense was just unstoppable.
Honestly don't but you look at the defense, the way they play. I mean, yeah, they gave a few plays, but they plays. But again, I think overall, we look at the game. The Bills never trail. I mean, from start to finish, they it's the aggressive mindset, which is the last couple of weeks, ever since the second half of the Tampa Bay game. Which is because remember the first half of that game, they were flat. They were not. Whatever happened between that halftime and to now, I mean, it's like this team's a totally different team. They're aggressive. They're aggressive. They're in your face. They're like, they got that swagger back from 2020.
Right.
No matter what you did, they were going to score. And so this is, Josh, and we're seeing Josh Allen playing at a much higher level than we've seen the last month. I mean, the stuff that the checkdowns that he threw to, going through the reads regressions quickly, all the other stuff that we're criticizing. He seemed to make the right decision at the right time, throwing balls out bounds when you need to, throwing away when you need to, not taking a sack. Those are the type of things that elite quarterbacks do. I mean, you're not going to throw it deep down the field every time play. I thought what he did really play, but this is what he did. Really, he got to check down, run after catch stuff. I mean, stuff. The offense. Go ahead.
Yeah. Yes. So in regard to the checkdowns, I think, that's something that was huge, especially early in the game. I think Belichick planned to try to take away the big pass because maybe early in his career there's a perception he's always going for the home run ball, trying to throw the bomb, but it just shows the maturation and took the checkdowns, and it was a great game plan.
It was, but that's the other thing. But he had time to pocket. We got to switch here to the offensive line here because, I mean, what a crazy with the. I mean, we're going to talk more about all the offense. We've been criticizing the offensive line a lot this year, but and early in the game, Ike Barker once said that freak accused injury again. Freak injuries. Our thoughts and prayers were speedy recovery there, but you put Ryan Bates in there. I mean, that offensive line was rock solid. I mean, this has to be their best performance in this
all season.
All season. I mean, we've been, it's been a rotate shuffle, but all year, and finally get, we might have hit on some with this offensive line because Josh had, once Ryan Bates were in game, he had time to throw in a pocket. I mean, he was just he was like a guy sitting in his rocking chair, like
Yeah, I think it's unfortunate what happened to Bucker, but when Bates stepped in, I mean, they were it's going to be interesting to see who's going to be starting on the offensive line next week because they're this upcoming Sunday because I believe Feliciano's off the COVID list. So we'll see. They keep Bates in there and keep rolling with the momentum they had.
Yeah, I think Bates in there really kind of stabilized that line, which something we hadn't had all year. I think, I know fans, were getting Whiting, he's, kind of is a smart talent, a backup role. But, with playoffs coming up, I think this is the time to, that start five look like the best one in a while here. I think you got to roll with it. Speaking of also is rolling, Isaiah McKenzie. Boy, did he had a game. I mean, and honestly, this, he wasn't even playing until the day before the game, when Gabe Davis was on the COVID spot. But man, 11 reception for 125 yards. I mean, he was all over the field at times. I mean, playing for all over the field.
Those crossing routes, his man couldn't keep up with him. He was just burning the guys. I mean, just so quick. And I think he's from here on out, the rest of the season, he's going to have to be a big piece of the offensive game plan. I think he's earned that.
Yeah, I mean, it really going to make it interesting, because it's a good problem to have because you look at, Cole Beasley is coming back off COVID, and so this to me just, I think you have to incorporate him more in the offense because he brings that speed out that like you said, he burnt by defenders left and right, and I mean, yeah,
and showed great hands too. Great hands, yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, and honestly, I think we could have put. And honestly, I think he's going to be if you want, I mean, the jet sweeps, all like you were last year. I think he's going to be another viable front. It's going to make teams guess no matter what. Oh, yeah. Hold on, there. That was my dog. One game for McKenzie. The Chick-fil-A Snickers bar. That's his his pregame, his evening meal is it's Chick-fil-A Snickers bar in my place. No, it's not Minecraft. It's no, it's it starts with an E. I forget, but
hey, I can get down with those three things. Sounds like a good night to me.
Fortnite. That's what it was. Yeah, Fortnite.
Fortnite.
Yeah. So Fred, that's a Fortnite Chick-fil-A. I mean, but whatever he's doing, do it. I mean, yeah. So. Yeah, so so I would, but another thing we want to talk, besides Stefan, as I'm on TV watching Punch Rock of the also if the Sabres score, I will be jumping loud here. Yes, another thing too we want to talk about, another thing is the chippiness of the game. I mean, for years, Jealousy has been a hostile environment to play in. We all know that. I mean, it's for Bills fans, for any fan of that matter, it's practically one of the most hostile environments in the league. And everybody,
you love to see the physicalness the Bills brought. I mean, they're telling New England there's a new sheriff in the AFC East. I mean,
it was quite amazing to see a little 2-on-1 action there while I comment, do the podcast and comment on the game there if I see some. But it was chippy all over again. Obviously the clip that was on all over YouTube was Stefan Diggs telling Jurgen fans to shut the what up there. That but the whole entire game was kind of a chip. You've non-calls. The Patriots were blown up with the one call on Hughes. There was a non-call.
I wanted to bring that up. I think that was the kind of he was trying to save the guy's fall, Mac Jones's fall going out. I don't think he was trying to push him or doing anything malicious. So
No, I don't
Yeah.
think either.
I know the Patriots
And,
fans are upset about that, but
well, I mean, it's anytime anytime any front of a quarterback, you're always going to call. I'm surprised they didn't call it either. I mean, I
yeah,
I
me
agree.
too.
I didn't, but the Patriots
He
fans
shouldn't
were
be.
not.
Yeah, they weren't happy.
They're wine stuffs. They're wine stuffs, and then and then they're Matt, Matt, yeah, and then the unsportsmanlike penalty they took after the game. The game when Belichick is complaining, the NFL's that's very true. I mean, he was given to the refs too.
Yeah, it feels like during the Brady era, they were getting all the calls for him. So I mean,
yeah,
you're
like
welcome to the real world.
welcome to the post Brady era, guys. Oh my, I mean, these guys are just. I mean, they've been so split for 20 years. 20 years
Right.
here. And that, you thought you guys were Kansas City UFC for 5 minutes this year. Sorry, we're the better team here. I don't
I don't think anyone has any sympathy for him.
Not anybody. I mean, but the best sight to see was after the fourth quarter when they all started leaving the building. That's a rare.
Oh yeah,
that's a rare sighting. You'll see Patriots fans leaving before the fourth quarter ends is a sweet sight. That's never been done. You rarely see that. I mean, I know last year, there, COVID, fans were there, but just the sight of Patriots fans leaving the building was, for Bills fans, kind of the Christmas gift that everybody wanted to see.
Yep, absolutely.
All right, so with the win, Bills take over first place in division based off the tiebreaker, as Alex Tuck leads a nice hit. So it's kind of been a crowded mess all year. I mean, you look at the AFC. It's you look at the AFC East. I mean, it's the Bills start off. They lose the first game to Pittsburgh. Then they get on a winning streak. You fight when you beat the Chiefs. Obviously, the Tennessee game. Josh wanted that back one, but ever since, and then you get to the Jacksonville game where that was a real stinker, of a game there, and quite frankly, this game where they only scored 9 points there. So it's been a toxic turbid season where you don't really know what this but now it seems like this team, whatever, they seem like they're picking at the right time because, and this is, okay, they're not going to get the number 1 seed from Kansas City. There's no way, but the division title is still up for grabs. And as we get a little chippiness going on the series, see, I'll be doing that a lot tonight. So, and Pulso gets that damn penalty. Jeez. Oh, this is how this night's gonna go. But but so the next 2 home games for the Bills. So let's get back on track here. So the Bills next year Atlanta and the Jets. So I've been thinking about so the Patriots have Jacksonville and Miami, but don't look now.
Well, Miami's been on a 7-game win streak, so
yeah, I was just going to say
fighting for a playoff spot.
There, yeah, that's the other thing too. Like this, think about this. Think about this. Miami, if Miami wins out their games, we could see 3 AFC East teams in the playoffs. A month, which is a month or two ago. A month or two ago wouldn't sound so crazy because it would. And that's a month or two ago would sound crazy because the Patriots and Bills were the 2 best teams in the AFC East, and now you can. Devils just scored a first goal. Dang it! All right, so we'll just. But this is what you look at. As I said, you look at this. With 2 games left, anything can happen. I mean, just look at the teams outside the playoffs: the Chargers, Baltimore, the Browns, the Raiders. I mean, The Steelers,
Yeah.
I don't think are going to have a chance to get in. But that's like there's so many teams vying for that last
I feel,
wild.
yeah, I feel like Baltimore was like the number 1 seed a few weeks ago, and just like that. I mean, Lamar Jackson's been injured, but just like that, they're down fighting for their lives in the wild card. But
Exactly.
it's a competitive race in the AFC, that's for sure.
Yeah, exactly. Some team. I also think with COVID. Every week's going to be. Every week's going to be different. It's just about going. It's basically is everybody knows what's going on. Everybody, it's going to be next man up. I mean, I'm.
And the protocols were just changed from 10 to 5 days, so
Exactly.
that might have an effect, certainly.
Exactly. So I think that these last 2 weeks are going to be. It's going to be a wild, and especially AFC, it's going to be wild because we don't know. We still don't know who's going to make it into the playoffs. Let's just be honest. We can't say for sure it's making the playoffs. We know that. We believe. But every other division race, Colts and Titans, Bills, Patriots, like we just don't know. I mean, that's what I said. We just don't know who's going to make it in and who's going to make it out. But one thing's for sure, it's going to be interesting.
Well,
all right.
That's why it was so important for the Bills to win, so they can this past week, so they can control their own destiny. And luckily, they got it done. So
they did.
Got to take care of business these next 2 weeks.
Well, yeah, that's the major thing. Is taking care of business here. Speaking of taking care of business, Fred's going to take over the show because honestly, I've done a horrible job hosting. I take that back, but Fred, take the show over.
Thank you, Joe. I'm up in New Jersey, from downtown Buffalo.
Was that RJ impersonation?
Maybe. I can't stand the Patriots fans. They're whining over the refs because they got no calls. Let me tell you something. When Judon tripped out and a few other plays that the refs are called the Bills side, stop whining! I'm gonna throw a cream pie. How about running their car on the I-90 over there? They got it. They got it. They think they know us. They think they own this place. Oh, we're back. We're back. I heard Boston media saying, "Oh, we had it for less than a year, and now they're out of it." See ya. And yes, that's a cry towel because of the Patriots fans. For God's sake, would you please accept that? Drinking that too much of the Belichick Kool-Aid again. Jesus.
Belichick and Brady Kool-Aid. That's what's going on in Boston.
I don't know. They're having a Tom Brady hangover again. For God's sake, their boy went to Tampa and won the Tampa Bay Bucks Super Bowl.
Early in the season, they're calling Mac Jones the next Brady, and I mean, the guy barely can throw the ball down the field.
Well, he's still rookie, folks. He's going to make mistakes. He's been playing that for the best 2 weeks. But he's a rookie.
He's a rookie, but
you might be close to Tom Brady, but and I don't even care about Brady either, to be honest with you. But good God, they want to hail him better over Josh Allen. Are you kidding me? No.
Well, not right now. I mean, he's still got a long way to go. I mean, but that's all that's what they were hailing, They don't.
All hail Kane Allen. That's what I say. Bow down. Bow down. Settle down, New England fans. Settle down.
Oh man.
So the World Junior Championships have been canceled for the under 18 hockey tournament that was up in Western Canada, Edmonton and another
Red Deer.
Red Deer. They were they were uh, they they were canceling because of different positive cases. Um, whether you want to debate that or not, from a national level, or that it was IIHS decision, and I'm not commenting. I plead the fifth.
Fred's
Yeah,
that's Fred's
that's
gonna be a great.
Fred pleading the fifth.
Well, in our
I
family,
plead the fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, the 177th.
typical Fred played the fifth hour as Tuck tried to tuck it into the short side.
I was wondering what the score was.
Still 1-0.
So, what do we think of the rest of this game, gentlemen?
Just like Fred and I were discussing, the McKenzie was the biggest star of the game. The way he played, the offensive
I was talking
line.
about the refs, not McKenzie, not Butkus Jones or Judas Judon or the guy that couldn't catch an interception on the Patriots. The black and white guys, McDonald's next hires.
Wow. McDyers. What did you say,
I
McDucks?
said McDonald's next hires. I'm not trying to offend anybody. I'm just trying to make a joke. Somebody might take offense to it. I don't know. I can't help them.
Well, I can't.
Taco
The
Bell's next
officiating was
Super
fair.
Bowl. What?
I think the officiating was fair. I mean, yeah.
There's a
Well,
lot of no
if
calls,
you're-
but
if
yeah,
you're
Both
Boston-
calls, both teams
if you're-
in.
If you're a
There
Boston
could be
fan,
debate
you're,
on some specific calls. but-
Boston fans need to stop complaining about their chowder, by the way.
how much chowder did they have, Fred?
The clam chowder's getting real salty up there. Clam chowder.
Man, oh man.
Belichick needs to go get off a cream diet, by the way. Well, heavy whipping cream or milk. That's what I mean.
Does he even have whipping cream?
You be the judge on that one.
Man, oh man. God, there was like 1 second. Whipping cream.
Two Stooges here.
That's what happens when Brian's on the show.
On the other side of things, while we're watching the Sabres as we speak, they have 7 players in COVID protocol, including the coach, except for one. I think everybody's doing well. I mean, with Krebs in the Paterkin lineup going right now, what are we thinking right now about the game so far?
Well, watching Tuckett play. Right now, it's I don't know what to say. I'm speechless.
So let me ask a different question. What have we liked about the Sabres so far in this season? Let me ask you that.
Their competitiveness. That's what's been lacking.
Yeah, I agree with
Competitiveness.
competitiveness.
But they've had some sloppy games, but I think for the most part, they've been competitive. I mean, the only thing like the goal, the goals against, is a little struggling, but overall, it's way more routine hockey than it has been earlier. And
All right.
Packer Luke.
UPL, yes. Go ahead.
But I just
Okay, I was
as far
trying
as
to see what the score was still.
it's still 1-0.
Okay.
They
Still
cut out.
1-0.
Yeah. Are you watching the game on your TV anyway?
It's on in the behind me here. So.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
good.
Commercial break. It looks like.
Good.
We're s-
StubHub's hiring. No.
Not.
Okay. So with the Olympics not happening for the NHL, or NHL players are not heading to the Olympics. Let me rephrase that. Uh, yeah, take COVID out of it. How disappointed do you think the players are of the league?
I think they're probably pretty disappointed. I mean, I think Eichel even said earlier this year, if everything worked out right, he wanted to be back by the Olympics, which I don't think he met that deadline. Maybe he was thinking that a trade was going to happen earlier, but I think they're probably disappointed. I mean, I
Yeah,
think as a
speaking of the
fan, we're
trade.
definitely disappointed.
Yeah. Speaking of the trade, did we ever react to that live on camera? Because I don't remember.
I think.
I don't think we did.
No, we
I
didn't
think
go
you
over
two
the
might
trade.
have.
Yeah, we did talk about the trade. Fred, I did.
Yeah.
But it's kind of ironic to talk about it when two parts of the trade are in this game tonight here, as they're showing a little highlight.
First time, yeah.
Yeah, on the ice here. But Tuck's gonna be impactful, for the team for the long term. Of course, I've seen it on live on TV. You're seeing crowds.
We know we're all seeing live on TV. Don't worry about the live on TV part. We're all seeing it, Grandma.
We're live too.
I know we're live. And I would recommend anybody streaming to. This is a non-sponsored promo plug for Fubo TV, but yeah, I love it. Check it out. Yeah. Want to cut cable? Want to watch the Sabres? You want to pay less than a DirecTV stream? Go Fubo.
You're
Anyway.
a FUBU guy, huh?
Yes. So, next question. How was everybody's Christmas? On a less serious sports note.
It was great. It was great. Yeah. How was your guys' Christmas? Good.
Great. That was great.
I heard Fred had an injury there. On
Oh,
Christmas
damn.
morning.
Yeah.
Yes, I did. All doing while waking up.
Waking up. Oh, gee.
Yeah, I know. In this same reclining chair that I was on. This is the infamous chair I'm sitting on right now.
How are you feeling now?
My timetable for recovery is ETA or TBA.
To be determined. We have a
To be
few
announced.
injuries in the podcast here.
It's okay.
It's been a rough few months.
Probably pulled the muscle. How I did it other than that, but I'm just a beat up 29-year-old, I guess. I don't know. Not beat up, but worn down. Look like Kyle Poso. I don't know.
Wow, Fred's being brutal.
I was excited. I got my new. It's about, but it's a ninja version of it. But I wanted the 8-quart one, so I got it this year. I'm happy. Haven't touched it yet though.
Ah.
And oh man.
Do we see the Dolphins eliminating the Patriots?
Yeah.
That's what my dog says.
And oh
I think
man.
the
No,
Dolphins are hot right now.
She must not like the Dolphins. The orchestra of dog barks.
And
You know, I'm so happy to do this after a couple months. I mean, I know you went down, Connor, like a ton of bricks. You just fell over. Anyway, no.
Hey,
No.
I said we all had a rough month here. I mean,
Yeah, I know we have.
a bunch of
It's
injuries,
like,
COVID.
yeah, we know.
yeah. So,
Please get ran over by a U-Haul truck. I don't care.
all right. So, meanwhile, while I get a second here, so for the next 2 weeks, we're gonna be I'm gonna be getting ready for the playoffs here. We're gonna cover the Atlanta Hawks game next week, and then the Jazz, and then get into the play. So we are gonna for the next few straight months be on every Wednesday night at 6:30 Eastern time here. On the Two Fire Reporters channel.
Jim's got to make that up on his Jimmy Arteep YouTube channel because I'm done trying to baby you two.
Oh.
I'm enjoying this. Glad you guys are enjoying this. I'm deciding to call it a day on SIM. That name. That's my announcement for the evening. Been a good few years. Want to be. Oh, I'm gonna change the name. I'm gonna be on.
Oh wait, we got a fight here. Hold on.
It's Brett Murray.
Get it. Ed, we got a something. Oh,
it's a knockout. No. Let's get ready to fight. No.
There we
Jake
go.
Paul knockout.
Jake Paul knockout.
TKO, by the way, in one round.
That will fire everything right there. 5 minutes for fighting.
Thanks, Wes McCauley.
So, President Podcast is going to be called Touchdown Buffalo. And it kind of fits.
I wanted to make it a little bit more the name more focused about, it makes sense for marketing and Buffalo, talking more of a point, like Two Fiery Buffaloians. You guys are two fiery Buffaloians that don't have wings in front of them.
We may not.
So we're gonna have a lot. So yeah, I'm gonna be transitioning the focus. I'm gonna try to update the logos, bring a lot of continuity to it, and I will let you know when the debut episode will be. For the next go along, I'm gonna jump on with these two and see where it goes. I enjoy doing this. I need a couple sabbaticals because this year's been mentally taxing on me and everybody else. Last year was a pain in the rear. I want 2022 to be brighter, more vivid. And then, hey.
We got any resolutions?
I'm scared about the AK part.
Okay, so I got news. All right, so all right, here's a New Year's resolution. Not playing the Colts against in the playoff in the first round.
Oh, that'd be brutal.
Those are the two teams. Okay, so my two teams I would not want to play in the first round: the Colts or the Titans. Oh wait, or even Baltimore.
We could see either the Dolphins or the Patriots again, possibly in the first round.
Those are two people matchups, honestly, because we beat them both.
I have a question.
Yeah.
I just saw this. What was worse for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers? Tom Brady throwing a tablet, or the two players arguing on the sidelines? And I don't remember. It wasn't the Buccaneers.
It was the Washington.
Oh yeah, Washington football team. Who had the worst moment this past week in the NFL? The teammates of Washington, or Tom Brady throwing the surface, which the NFL gave Tom Brady a warning?
I'm going with Brady here. Well, he's been a crybaby his whole career. So.
I'm gonna go. As much as person, I actually gotta go with the Washington because it's you hate to see two teammates fighting. I mean, yeah, but it's a passion. But these actually, now it's I mean, two teammates fighting. It's always difficult. But throw a certain cap. I mean, he did about what in the world? That's like $500 of $1,000 worth of equipment that you break here. Can you not break tablets?
I was here, so I didn't get fined. No, it's nice breaking tablets, Brady, but I'm not going to argue with you two. I wholeheartedly agree. I guess Ron Rivera was quoted saying they were all ticked off after the first intermission, after 2 quarters. Well, Ron Rivera, you get another. There's the second crying child tonight. Ron Rivera, you let two teammates go at each other, arguing. Why? You're 6-9 now. Aren't you supposed to be the defensive guru that the Carolina Panthers got rid of you? And you got hired.
Functional organization, I think.
Yeah. Hey, no Steve Harvey. Wait, no. Okay, no. That's Steve. I'm trying to do Steve Harvey impersonation on this, so I'm giving my best. Well, y'all, never mind. We're not going there. No, seriously. Oh my God, Ron Rivera, you got an issue, and your job's gonna probably be on the line. And Dan Snyder. Oh, the tragedy. You lose your name.
Oh, that's it.
I'm crying. Reports against the Cowboys. Your rival.
In defense of Washington, the Cowboys are way better too than Washington. Yeah, they got Taylor.
Yeah, but they still lost to the Cowboys. I can't stand it. Oh my God.
Oh my God, brother.
Yeah.
All right, let's put the cap on this show here since I'm host here. This show's already got the crap tonight.
I thought I was hosting this part.
I know, never mind.
Oh, fine, you're hosting. That's right.
Yeah. All right, so we're gonna put a bonus show. It's my
They have to forgive me. They have to forgive me.
First show was great. The second show was sloppy. We'll try to do a better job next time.
I thought this was a more entertaining show, to be honest with you.
Oh yeah.
I didn't even advertise this. I never advertise anything. Because if I do, I don't do it.
We'll let the people decide here.
Yeah, what people? They work at Amazon?
Crickets.
You're a trip. Cricket.
Anyway. Good night, gentlemen.
All right.
Happy New Year. See you in 2020.
Happy New Year, guys. All right. We'll see you in 2022.